Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back once again inside the Wrestling Paradox podcast. Ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's a very special night. Unfortunately, we do not have Chris with us tonight. We're not going to go too far deep into it, but send your thoughts and prayers to Chris. We do have a special guest in the house tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the executive vice president, I believe it is. Executive director.
Vice president, pal.
of CCW Coastal Championship Wrestling, the #1 spot to become a wrestler in South Florida for the past 18 years. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nelio Costa.
Thank you so much. You know what? It's actually the best place to become a professional wrestler in the world. But that's just not. Nobody knows that. Not everybody knows that yet. But yes, 100% in South Florida. Thank you, Coastal Championship Wrestling. It's so nice to be back here for the second time. Was Will on for 2 times or just 1?
No, Will's only been on for one time.
I'm the first CCW 2 times, so I beat Will in my life again, not just in wrestling, but also in my world, in my life. So the first 2 time.
I was actually supporting him. I was supporting him tonight too with this.
Oh my God, you have the King of Flight shirt, but yes. 2 times. Two.
If you don't do a spin-a-rooney right now, I'll cancel.
I can. I don't have pants on, but if I had pants on, I would do a spin-a-rooney.
Oh yes, sir. The first 2-time guest inside the Paradox, Nelio Costa. Man, so we what we're gonna do tonight is something special. Unfortunately, Agony was not able to make it for his.
I think he's being apprehended by the FBI. They finally found out where he's located.
I tried to call him.
Attacks.
It was like screaming and a bunch of you could hear the blood from the other side. So I was like, I just hung up the phone. I'll try again next week.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to keep barking up that tree when he's busy. When he is a victim, allow him to do his thing.
So we're gonna keep on schedule for next week. We have Johnny Walker, the magnificent Johnny Walker.
I think one of the best color commentary men, not just on the independents, but in professional wrestling right now.
Dude,
I'm just waiting for somebody to try to scoop him. I know he's already had a few offers, but he won't take it because he's so loyal to us. But the best. I mean, except for Lanny Poffo is great too, but of course you have Johnny Walker, a wonderful color.
Oh yes,
and a great wrestler, knockouts champion, Johnny Walker. Next week on the Paradox Pod,
right here, baby, inside the Paradox for the first time, and I guarantee it will not be the last time.
No, and I'm sure he'll be very controversial. He's very he says what he wants to say. He's uncancelable for so far, and I think you're gonna see some things like you're gonna get some interesting sound bites on him. So if you're watching this in the future and that's already happened, which a lot of you probably will, don't pause and watch his, just watch his after
mine. Johnny Walker was very intimidating the first time we stepped in the back of peek behind the curtain of CCW for us. Very, very intimidating to work with, and it took me about 3 shows to actually get the courage to talk to him. So this is a big step for us to get him inside. The Paradox.
Those guys, yeah, he is intimidating. He's
an old school guy. He's an old school guy.
The new wrestlers too, they cower in fear. Then you eventually find out he's a really good guy too. He's really
very nice. Yes. So we're gonna get into it, and I think the first question I actually want to ask you, somebody sent this question in to us, and they asked, what exactly is the working relationship you guys have with Original Championship Wrestling?
So they don't pay us anything. No, that being said, Jose is just a very, very close friend, and when I say a working relationship, I mean we're open to for our entire roster to work there, and they're open for their roster to work here. But more importantly, I have some ideas to co-promote some larger shows down the road with them. We're already speaking about some things, something in South Georgia, something in North Florida, that they want our roster, they want our stuff, and then we want everything that they have because they're such great guys. So that would be the way that the working relationship the best way that I would say it. Also, look, Jose is such an amazing referee. I mean, whenever the match is a difficult match, I want him there. So he's such a wonderful official in general. So I think there's definitely a spot either now or down the road in a backstage capacity for Jose and Coastal Championship Wrestling as well. It's like Impact Wrestling and All Elite Wrestling are working together. Independent wrestling, it's like there's no time for us to be territorially screaming at each other and hating each other. So let's work together. Let's bring our audiences up together.
Exactly. Can I ask you a question since you are a executive behind the scenes?
Sure.
What is
I'm the
AEW?
executive behind the scenes, pal.
What is AEW getting from Impact? I know what Impact's getting from AEW. I really need to know what AEW is getting from Impact.
So I happen to speak to an Impact, or sorry, an All Elite Wrestling talent who told me that they felt that there was not much coming back in that direction, that it was something that Kenny Omega and Tony Khan together kind of just came up with, let's do it, and they were under the impression that it was a way to get Don Callis into AEW in some executive role down the line. But now it looks to me like it's like that All Elite Wrestling has purchased Impact Wrestling. That Impact Wrestling is going to be the. I mean, I would love to find. I mean, I can't wait to look through all the shell corporations that are probably being created right now to make it look like they're a separate entity. But I would not know what Tony Khan is doing to pump Impact Wrestling like he is. But I have a feeling that he'll have a financial interest by the end of the day.
Oh, yes.
If not, then I don't know what he's doing,
Yeah, that's definitely something me and Chris have both spoken about. That I personally, Chris doesn't think so, but I believe they're purchasing Impact, and it's slowly just working the deals, and they're gonna figure out what they gotta do for it.
And a couple talents at Impact who work with us, they've also said that it's so secretive, so that lends to believe that there's more to it. Like if they were more open about it, then maybe it would lend to just some sort of working agreement that will come and go. But the fact that it's a pretty secretive type of agreement lends to believe that there's some financial stuff going on in the background.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well,
but I don't know. I mean, this isn't an exclusive for anything.
No.
Well,
we save AEW for Wednesdays. This is Tuesday. This is independent wrestling.
This is CCW's day. This is
CCW's day right here.
Yeah.
I need to know. Tell me, how amazing was January 9th?
It was wonderful. So obviously it was a huge success. The crowd there, what's crazy? This is what's crazy is you sit down, man, maybe a half a year ago, I sit down and I'm like, we're going to create a live wrestling. I come up with a name, live wrestling. And it's because we were during a horrible pandemic and all the companies were dead. So, we're alive. So we're a live wrestling. So I come up with this idea of a live wrestling, this germ, whatever. And then we start to work on this and we start to tape some stuff. We start to figure out how we're going to do this, how we're going to edit it, whatever. And then 16 weeks later, after 16 episodes, the audience knows what's going on in my wrestling show in Fort Pierce. They know what angles are going on. They're talking about stuff, like guys are coming on because they saw them on a live wrestling and they're like popping for certain guys, popping for certain things. They know who the guys are. They're asking people, like fans are asking wrestlers what's going to happen on a live wrestling. Blows my mind. That's exactly
that's awesome.
When you
that's amazing.
You figure something, like you're like, well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to work really hard. And maybe it's not going to work, but in one sense, at least, fan wise, it's working, and of course, we have a decent amount of people watching it on a regular basis. Some of our shows get 5,000 viewers, which is a good start, but it was just so cool to see like these fans who know who we are, know who wrestlers are, know who, it was just awesome. So that would be the huge thing. Cha-Cha Charlie and Vince Steele, they defeat Controversial Inc. in a street fight that was just wild. You're going to be able to see that on the live wrestling in a few weeks. Hector Perfecto and Will Austin, awesome match. And then you had Ariel Levy and the Brazilian giant, the Brazilian destroyer Vinicius. They had a couple tag team matches.
A
because
couple.
one was not enough. One was not enough.
One was
So
not enough.
it was a pretty interesting angle that, I mean, you hear the pop of the crowd, you kind of look up and you're like, when things work, I
Yeah.
feel like, oh, that worked exactly how we thought it would. It's like one of those feelings like, oh, thank God. So a lot of interesting stuff that you're going to be able to see in the next coming weeks on a live wrestling Tuesday nights.
Awesome, man. That's amazing. And I suspect a full crowd, obviously, correct? Packed
Yeah,
house.
it was huge. I mean, we obviously we social distancing, and it wasn't a huge venue, but we had over 110, 115 people on a venue that it was like we had to tell people, look, standing room only, get in the back. We had 25 people standing at a bar drinking, and we tell them, please,
Yeah.
but of course, when you're drinking, you don't have to wear a mask. But that being said, it was awesome. Probably one of the biggest independent wrestling shows in the country, if you think about it.
That's amazing, man.
Thank God we're in Florida, but it was awesome, and we expect probably we're hoping actually for a little bit of a smaller crowd for homecoming. We're going to cut off the tickets for those 2 days, but it's 2 days, so we're almost at a sellout for homecoming already on Saturday. I can't foresee us selling too many more tickets, just for safety's sake. And then on Sunday, we're going to probably sell out because people are going to come Saturday. They're going to see such an amazing show. They're going to want to come to the matinee show on 2 p.m. It's also a whole different audience you get on a matinee versus 8 o'clock show.
Of 100%, yes, of course. There's a big announcement actually that was just released today by CCW on a certain person who will be there Sunday, but we'll get into all that.
Yes.
We'll get into all that. We have a lot to review or preview.
Yeah, preview and talk about. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
because it's a huge show. It's a huge show. It christens the new CCW arena, which is awesome, state of the art facility. It looks great. It looks amazing. We put a lot of work over the last couple of weeks to get it ready. We just had our first trainings there this week. Monday was the first official training, and by Saturday it'll look really, really good. So that'll be good to show the world.
I actually helped a little bit there, bring some stuff over and things like that. You guys conned me into come helping out at CCW that night.
I said, come on in. Yeah, I said, come on in for a free workout now. Pick up this pole.
I was hauling shit from point A to point B.
Take these straps.
I paid my dues that night, but no, exactly. I can say that seeing all those students and wrestlers and everybody in behind the scenes come together and you guys built that facility, man, that was so cool to see firsthand because I saw it firsthand, literally in there with you guys and to see the final product. I can't wait for Saturday because this will be the first time I see the final product in person, and I'm so excited for Saturday.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the thing. Like professional wrestling school, like that's actually one of the things that is so important is when you go, you set up a ring, you guys do it as a team. Like that people don't realize, it's cool. It's so cool when you catch like a huge pop, like a booming pop, and or something works, like angles work. But it's also really cool when you're there with your brothers, your brethren, and your sisters, and you're setting up a new facility. It was cool.
Bugs isn't mad at me, right?
Probably not. Maybe he is. I don't worry about Bugs.
That
Bugs
kick was
really
stiff,
is.
man.
Bugs
I feel
really
horrible.
is a hobo. He is a hobo. You don't have to worry.
Awesome, man. I love Bugs.
He's not.
All right, so let's get into Saturday. Let's start previewing some matches. What do we expect to see first?
Oh well, I can't tell you exactly the order because that's it's a very well kept secret.
Heard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So obviously, I think we'll start with Marina Tucker. She will be in the building. She has been screaming for her rematch against Roma Luchadora. That will not take place Saturday at Homecoming. It will be a number one contenders match. I know Marina's earned it. We know that she's earned it, but it'll be a number one contenders match. Marina Tucker versus La Brava. Winner will be the number one contender to Roma's CCW Women's Championship, and that match will take place March 20th at Anniversary 17 at Extreme Action Park. So the winner of this match will face Roma Luchadora on that at that event for the title. I'm sorry, we'll face the women's champion because Roma has some title matches scheduled in the United States, but also in Chile during the month of February. So we'll keep a close eye on that. I'm sure Marina, if she gets past La Brava, and La Brava, if she gets past Marina, would like another chance at Roma. But that match will be interesting because you have two girls who have a ton of intensity. Obviously, Marina is very, very, and she's really hot right now. Everybody loves her. Everybody, she's one of the best draws in CCW. That being said, the executive committee came together. We said, look, let her re-earn that opportunity for the women's championship. So she will be wrestling La Brava. I don't know if that'll be the first match of the night, and I know Marina is not happy about having to re-earn that number one contenders match. But we expect a pretty huge match on March 20th. We expect a pretty interesting stipulation that that we'll talk down the road for that match. So we'll see, if it'll be La Brava, a controversial link. She's Colombian. She's amazing in ring. She's very strong, and she has wrestled Marina in the past. So this is going to be a very interesting match for Saturday.
Yes. So first things first, we have to touch on Marina Tucker will be the first woman stepping inside the Paradox. She'll be the first woman that we are interviewing. So that is a
There you go.
huge
The
deal.
first woman.
I think that is a huge indie female wrestler to come into our show. We are very excited to have the Detroit Barbie coming in to the Paradox.
And it shows that you're an equal opportunity podcast. You can
exactly.
men.
La Brava, call me. We want to talk to you too.
Yeah, she's great,
dude. No,
she's
seriously.
Tough. She's tough. She's a tough
dude. She is tough. Those two women are gonna tear the house down. That match can definitely be one of the contestants for match of the night. I honestly believe La Brava versus Marina Tucker can be a very good match. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah. We also have.
Why does Marina Tucker? I'm gonna have to put you on the spot. Why does Marina Tucker have to earn back her spot? I mean, does it?
Wow, I don't like the days, the time of these automatic rematches. I hate those automatic rematches. Oh, I lost my belt. Give me the opportunity again. Because what happens is you just don't have fresh matches. Let's have some fresh matches. Yes, there's no question. There's a lot of people who believe that circumstances on the women's match at Breaking Chains was a little bit, dare I say, suspect. La Brava with a distraction, Roma pulling her up. I'm not an idiot. We all saw it, but I think that makes it just as interesting. Let's see what La Brava and Marina can do. Marina's looking for her revenge against La Brava. Look, I know Marina wakes up and she just thinks about that CCW women's title. And then she gets in the gym and that's all she's thinking about. Then she goes to, whatever she eats for lunch, she's mesmerized on the fact that she wants that CCW women's title. I know that, but maybe you have a little issue with La Brava. Let's see La Brava and Marina Tucker. Let's see what that looks like as well.
Very excited to watch that match. Speaking of La Brava, we are going to see her counterpartners, Controversial Inc., in action in a fatal four-way. Am I correct?
Yeah, so that's going to be, that match is going to be insane. So we've looked back and there's been so many guys who have wanted the Cologne's tag team titles. With Johnny Walker and Will challenge them unsuccessfully, but they were still in the mix. They were still in the hunt. Anybody with Johnny Walker actually immediately puts them in the ranks of the tag team division. Obviously, Cha-Cha Charlie and Vince Steele are on a winning streak. I don't remember them losing recently, so
no,
they're a natural.
Not at all.
They're a natural number one contender. We have American Horror Story. Normally it's Alex Ocean and Agony, but this time it'll be Jackal and Agony. Jackal is the Southeastern champion. He's been the Southeastern champion for 176 days. Okay, so he has successfully defended that title through a global pandemic and in a wonderful in a wonderful way. Agony deserves that tag team championship. We know that Alex Ocean, maybe he has some of his attention other places, so he doesn't have the time to focus on getting back that tag team championship. He declared tonight he wants Santos his world CCW world championship. If you watch the live wrestling, he said that that's his belt. So it was only fair to have Agony and Jackal, and then of course Bill Alfonso. Bill Alfonso has been negotiating opportunities for Ariel Levy since for the last 3 weeks. Ever since Ariel Levy and him have come together, he's been in backstage negotiating Southeastern title opportunities, CCW heavyweight championship opportunities. So obviously Vinicius is undefeated and has been knocking everybody down. We saw Ariel and Vinicius actually wrestle each other not too long ago, and now at New Year's Revolution, they were successful in defeating two teams, one after another, in a pretty, let me just say, impressive fashion. So you can't put them out of the conversation. And then going back to Controversial Inc. Controversial Inc. is they're the best tag team in the state of Florida.
Dude,
They're naturally
so
a tag team. They're
hard
really a tag team.
hitting.
Salazar is a big dude. Mr. C is he's an intelligent, cerebral wrestler. And they look great together, and they wrestle so well. So it's no doubt that of these four teams, those are the cream of the crop for Coastal Championship Wrestling. When you bring the Colognes in, you need to give them the best opponent. So the Colognes will be there on Sunday to face the winner of this Fatal 4 tag team match on Saturday. So who knows what's going to happen? Expect an incredible match. Expect a wild match. And the first time we're going to see, I think, some craziness in the CCW arena. You're probably going to hear a few CCW chants on Saturday night. So that's the match. I think that. I mean, obviously, there's two other matches that night that could steal the show, but you could probably put your money on this. Those are 8 men who all love to wrestle, know how to wrestle, and we'll put on a show. I'm excited to see it. I'm sure the Colognes will be excited to see who their opponents will be Sunday.
I think we're all very excited to see who the opponents will be on Sunday for the Colognes. A couple things I want to touch on for that match. And overall, CCW's tag team division. Man, you think someone like AEW has some top tag teams. I mean, you look at CCW and man, their tag team division is disgusting. You have a tag team that you didn't even talk about with Sage Scott and Jake St. Patrick.
Exactly. I was about to say that. The fact that Sage Scott and Jake St. Patrick are not in the mix, the fact that Andy English and Botavian not in the mix. I mean, you have so many great tag teams that could be there, that you could make it a six team tag team. It'll look like Survivor
Will
Series
and Johnny.
92. Yeah, Will and Johnny.
Yeah.
It would look like Survivor Series 92 with like 20 dudes hanging out outside the ring, coming in, running the international spot over and over again. We could easily have done that. And still
Yes.
That's how good the tag team division is. And obviously Dan Ackerman, he loves tag team wrestling. He was a tag team wrestler his whole life. I would love to say that it was him who spearheaded the tag team initiative in CCW, but no, it was me. Just kidding. It was both of us. Obviously, like, I love tag team wrestling. I've always loved tag team wrestling. I love Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, my favorite tag team, the Hart Foundation. And I think that Coastal Championship Wrestling deserves amazing tag teams. And of course, we have the boss of tag teams. We have the Cologne Dynasties. There is a relationship now with WWC and Coastal Championship Wrestling, with our guys going over there. We're going to bring some of their guys back over here. Of course, the Cologne Dynasty they're here. They've done it. Eddie and Orlando were in WWE for like 11 years, 13 years, something like that. And obviously, Carlito made such a huge splash. Like, so they've been to the top of the mountain. So now they're going to defend that CCW. They're there. So they're the perfect people to defend against, any 4 of these tag teams and beyond. There's no doubt that Sage Scott and Jake St. Patrick are going to get their title opportunities in the future, whether against the Colognes or whether against Controversial Inc. or Cha Cha and Vince. There's no doubt that the Nelms brothers in Georgia and in Nashville, they're going to get their opportunity against a tag team champion, a tag team champion for us in the future. And tag team wrestling is back, and it's not. Tag team wrestling is back, and not just in AEW or WWE. Tag team wrestling is back in CCW.
Yes. One thing you touched on with Alex Ocean, you stated that he's like looking beyond a couple of things and kind of focusing elsewhere.
Well, he's focusing on the CCW heavyweight championship. Okay. He's focusing on having the best death matches in the country every Friday and Saturday in different other companies as well. But he's also focused on trying to wrestle the top independent talent in the world in Coastal Championship Wrestling. And when we get to Sunday, I think we'll spell that out pretty clear. Alex, of course, he wants to win that CCW heavyweight championship, but he wants to have the best matches in indie wrestling, and he has asked me in particular to make that something that he can succeed at. So you can expect that some of the best independent talent are about to walk through the doors of Coastal Championship Wrestling, and I have later on a exclusive announcement that will pertain to that as well.
Very nice. What I wanted to touch base with Alex Ocean was, him not, and I take nothing away from Jackal, but Alex Ocean kind of going away from Agony and American Horror Story. We just saw them together at Breaking Chains.
Yeah, we saw them together tonight as well at on CCW Live Wrestling.
Yeah, and man, just seeing them together, they work so well together, and I'm excited because I've never seen Jackal and Agony tag together, so I'm really excited to see that in person.
For sure.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna miss Alex Ocean and Agony.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. Like one thing is, like one thing about professional wrestling is one thing that's for sure is nothing's for sure. So of course we're gonna see them again.
Of course, but I was excited for Saturday. I'm still excited for Saturday. I cannot wait for Saturday.
Yeah, you should be excited for Saturday.
One of the main reasons, why I'm excited, Nelio? Do you really wonder why I'm excited? This shirt that I'm wearing, Will Austin versus probably one of the best independent wrestlers coming out of New York in Sebastian Cage.
Absolutely. No question.
So I have a couple questions if I may, from some guests who have some questions for us. The match, this match with Will Austin and Sebastian Cage, will it prove who is the best wrestler? That was the question I received.
Well, that's a great question. You would hope whenever there's a wrestling contest that it's who's the best wrestler, right? You would hope every time that two men step in the squared circle that it would decide who is the best wrestler, right? At its bare minimum of the wrestling match. But you never know. You never know if Johnny Walker will be sniffing around ringside. You never know what exactly, if I'm Will Austin, I would like to prove that I am the best wrestler. So I would say, hey, I would tell Johnny Walker, I would tell, anybody else and say, look.
Stay in the back, I think.
Stay in the back.
As a wrestling fan, that's what I would want to see. Stay in the back. Let's have right down the middle.
Yeah, let's see who is the best wrestler here. Let's go out there and we'll tear the house down and see who's the best. And I want to go and defeat Sebastian Cage. Look, Sebastian Cage has so much press behind him. He has so much hype around him that obviously this match is going to be unbelievable. Will Austin likes to call himself best wrestler in best independent wrestler, best unsigned wrestler,
the best unsigned wrestler.
Which could be true, but Sebastian Cage probably has issue with that. So that's something that you're going to want to see this Saturday. But what adds a lot onto this, and I know Sebastian Cage because he told me is incredibly interested in this, is the winner of this match will be the number one contender for Sunday. So if whoever wins the CCW Heavyweight Championship match on that Saturday, they will wrestle the winner of this match. So Sebastian Cage wants to come home. He wants to go back to New York with the CCW Heavyweight Championship on his shoulder. He's made that very clear. That's preserves him a spot wrestling for CCW for the foreseeable future. So he wants to win. He wants to win that match. He wants the money. He wants the fame that comes with being the CCW championship. And whether it's Romeo or whether it's Santos, that's an incredible prospect to think about. A match between Sebastian Cage and Romeo, who's a monster, or a match between Sebastian Cage and Santos, which is unbelievable. So I think he's going to come into it very serious. But if you're Will Austin, I mean, any CCW heavyweight title match opportunity, you have to take it as seriously as possible. So he's going to want to beat Sebastian Cage so that he can go on the internet and say, see, I am the best unsigned talent. But he should also realize that, those CCW heavyweight championship opportunities don't fall out of the sky every night. So that's going to be something that both of them hopefully take incredibly serious. And maybe that pushes Will to maybe allow a little bit of shenanigans. Maybe he doesn't have as much pride as we think he does. We'll see on Saturday.
I have to ask with everything that Will's been doing lately, if he wins this match and he gets past this and he gets past Santos, what's in the future for him?
Well, hopefully if he were to beat Santos or Romeo on Sunday, winner, whoever wins on Saturday, if he were to win that CCW heavyweight championship, I hope it's a lot of CCW title defenses in his future against great talent all over the world.
Well, I mean,
Will
when I asked
Austin.
that question, I think the question that everybody has in their mind is Leo Rush. Are we going to see Leo Rush in
Oh,
CCW?
absolutely. Well, there's been Leo Rush would be. I'm gonna just say this: Leo Rush would be around potentially. I know he just had a new child. I know that he's very COVID conscious. So let's see the vaccine.
Well, he just won the Ring of Honor title as well. The
right
middleweight. Was
it? Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly which one, but I know or an MLW title or something like that. Yeah.
Right, yeah, MLW middleweight title. I was like, Ring of Honor, Leo Rush. I was like,
sorry.
I was about to run over to my dirt sheet.
Where
have I been?
Sorry.
Yes,
the
MLW. He won the MLW middleweight championship. I was like, yes. You won the Ring of Honor one too?
No.
I have a feeling. He would be around. He will be around when there's a vaccine for COVID-19 is readily accessible. So yeah, Will Austin and Leo Rush would be a match, of course, that I'd want to see. If it was for the title, it was for the title. But Leo Rush would look like a belt collector. He'd be like the exposition of gold walking around.
He's been amazing since he's left WWE. Wonderful. Oh my God, he's been awesome to watch. He's been so fun to watch. So fun to watch.
He's awesome.
Charismatic
as hell, man.
Oh, he's amazing. I mean, just everything about the guy. The way he walks to the ring, the way he talks, like I love everything about it. I don't know, man. He's always fun to watch. So getting back into Saturday, we have let me see here. Who's next? We have Roma.
Oh, so Roma. Wait. So Roma has wait. Don't announce anything. Roma has a surprise opponent on Saturday. We're not going to announce who it is. What's so funny?
Sorry. I don't know. Sorry.
She will defend her title on Saturday, and then we'll go from there. Let me just say that.
There you go. Sounds great.
So
Sounds
Roma, I don't know if you saw her bikini picture up on the CCW Instagram. She's been relaxing because she defeated. She won on January 9th at New Year's Revolution. So she's just relaxing. But hopefully she's, still training and pushing herself as hard as possible because there's going to be a very viable opponent for her on Saturday.
Very nice. Very nice. So look, can we move into Botavian's match?
Yeah. So you have Sunra has brought a tag team partner, Sumit, who he debuted in Breaking Chains during the Battle Royal, and he is a monster. Dude is yoked. He's great in the ring. Trained by Jay Lethal. So this is their first time working as a tag team in Coastal Championship Wrestling, and they're going to wrestle Botavian and Big English, the Bus, Saturday. Bus has been collecting huge wins, wins in Fort Pierce, and now he's back to teaming with the Blue Chip this Saturday. It's going to be awesome. Johnny Walker did attack Andy and challenge him on January 9th, so I'd be interested to see, if he's going to be able to keep at commentary this time. Maybe we'll get a little security guard in front of him, try to stop him just in case. But this is going to be a very interesting match, and I'm interested to see how Sunra and Sumit. Sunra lost today against Charismatic Chris on a live wrestling. So he's got to bounce back, try to get a win, and maybe Sumit will give him a little bit of that energy, that boost, that momentum that he'll need.
Very nice. What Botavian was just recently in Puerto Rico. Was he not?
Yeah, he is working for WWC as part of the talent exchange. I'm excited to see. I hear he had some good matches.
I heard he had a great weekend. Yes.
Yeah, he had a great weekend. Wrestled the Monster. Unfortunately, someone that he was going to wrestle was unavailable for one of the days, but he did wrestle a Monster. And we're going to see it. As soon as it airs on WWC Puerto Rico, we'll be able to see it in Coastal Championship Wrestling as well. We'll post it. We'll post a link.
Check for the link.
Well, yeah, Bo. I think Bo is kind of like chomping at the bit. I know I can see Bo wants to wrestle Santos. He wants to wrestle. I see he's chomping at the bit, and I'm interested to see, how he comes out, because I believe that there's a feeling that he was snubbed. Him and Andy were snubbed from that 4-way tag team championship, and be it maybe Bill Alfonso's backstage feelings or whatnot. But I think he'll want to make a statement that he is one of the apex predators of CCW. So I wouldn't bet against Botavian this Saturday.
Yes, sir. Man, so that's Saturday's show. Wow, that's action packed. Saturday is gonna be
well, you missed
that's
the
an
main
8 o'clock
event. You missed the main event.
Well, I thought we kind of dove into it a little bit, didn't we? With Santos and Romeo?
Yeah, we didn't talk about it, did we?
Well, we mentioned it here and there. I thought we gave it out. Right. So let's talk about it.
Romeo Quevedo is trained at Coastal Championship Wrestling. He's one of the first graduates in 2004 of CCW. And of course, he was he was never a tag team champion. He was never a Southeastern champion. He was never the CCW heavyweight champion. But if you look at, he was called Chaotic Romeo at the time. If you look at how many CCW shows he would wrestle a year, 11, 9, 13, every single year, and no championship opportunities. And he doesn't look like he looks now. So he moved away, moved to North Florida, near Alabama, actually, and working with the Samoans and WXW and a few other promotions. He has become a monster, over 300 pounds. He's been on Raw Underground. He has been a sensation. And he is mean. He is really mean. Literally dealing with him to sign this match was very difficult. But it's a symbolic homecoming. Obviously, we're opening up the new CCW arena, the new venue for us to be, to run our shows, to do what we do. But it's also a symbolic homecoming for Romeo. So he wants to come and he wants to win a championship that has evaded him for the last 16 years. Think about this. His wrestling career, it parallels the creation of Coastal Championship Wrestling. So he's a guy who's been who's been in the business a long time, who's done a lot of things, but he's finally going to try to come back and he's going to beat Santos for the CCW heavyweight championship. At least that's what he wants to do. So that match is going to be huge. And of course, Santos coming back. I've never seen him in such good shape. He's busting his ass. He's working out every day. He went to the mountains of Mexico. And he trained with some luchadors, and he has looked better than I've ever seen. We couldn't reach him by phone. We were afraid he was dead a couple times. We were like, we literally can't reach him. Like he was literally an unreachable. We're like, well, we hope our champ's not dead, And he has the title, and he had the title in his possession. So I'm like, we got to buy a new title, and our champ is dead. But no, but he was alive. He's alive, and he looks great. I've never seen him look like that. So that's going to be a freaking great match. And then whoever it is on Sunday, whether it's Romeo against Will, Santos against Will, Cage against Santos, Cage against Romeo, we're going to have the best 2 matches in the state of Florida, probably the best 4 matches in the state of Florida for the last 6 to 8 months, happening within 2 days. So there's no better ticket to buy right now,
Dude, I have told you plenty of times, I got on record saying it. It feels like ever since Summer Glory kicked off, it just shot something. And CCW took off, man. I don't know what happened, but it was like they just pumped steroids right into the ass cheeks of CCW.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. We hit fourth gear, and now we're going 120 miles, and we're not going to stop.
God, man, there's so much going on. You have, listen to that card for Saturday. Listen to that. That's just Saturday. That's not Sunday too. That's just Saturday. And that Saturday show starts at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. And that's at the new CCW arena. You can go. It's in Fort Lauderdale. It's right on the border of Fort Lauderdale and Pompano, McNabb and Powerline. And that's 1411 Southwest 30th Ave, Suite number 9, Pompano Beach, Florida 33069. But go to ccwrestlingfl.com. Better buy those tickets right now, especially for Saturday. Saturday, there's only a certain amount of tickets that we're allowed to responsibly sell. And me and Dan, we have this fight. Like he wanted to call it a sellout like 2 days ago, and I said let's wait a little bit more. So we're close to that. But Sunday does have some tickets available, and Sunday's where you're going to see the Colognes. So that's going to be huge.
Yes, sir. You put me in a real tough position Saturday. I just want to let you know that.
Which match?
Oh no, not the match, the whole event. I have an arrangement at 4:30. See, I know you're from Chicago, so you don't know those
Oh
arrangements.
my goodness. Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't like playoff football anymore.
yeah,
We
yeah.
only
You
get
guys like
one.
playoff football, but the Packers play the Rams.
Well, I have a big screen TV, 65 inches, and I'll have that game on. You can come hang
Thank you,
out, do some interviews, watch the game,
thank you.
and then we'll grab a couple beers before the show.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, you don't have to worry about that because I'll
Thank
be
you.
watching myself.
Dude, I'm so excited. Anyway, so while we're here, CCW Homecoming Day number 2, Sunday at 2 p.m. Correct?
Yeah, it's a matinee show. I love those matinee shows. I used
You
to
get a
love
different
when
fan
Wrestling that was
base.
on earlier. I love it.
Yeah, you get a whole different fan base for those Sunday shows.
Yeah, a whole different vibe. Whole different vibe. The
Yeah,
sun is out. The
it's
after
beautiful.
parties are always better because we're gonna be done by 5 o'clock, so we can go and do our thing.
You're gonna have like some food at the event. We're gonna have a hot dog cart on the
Yeah,
outside.
there'll be hot dogs. Yeah, there actually be a food truck. There'll be hot dogs. There'll be popcorn, and then no alcoholic drinks, unfortunately yet. But you'll have you'll be able to
Responsible,
drink, relax, do your
responsible. I
thing.
understand.
Yeah, but yeah, to be responsible.
All right, so Sunday, let's we got some matches to talk about. We'll start with Alex Ocean.
Yeah, so Alex Ocean is obviously one of the hottest deathmatch indie guys in the whole world, and a match that I think everybody's wanted to see was him and Matthew Justice. Obviously, Bill Alfonso is working double time in speaking to Dan Ackerman, negotiating with myself. It's ridiculous, and he's right. So the match everybody wants to see, the match that everybody wants to see signed was his protege Matthew Justice versus Alex Ocean, one-on-one, no disqualification, and that'll be the hardcore christening of the CCW arena. So both of those guys, they do so much, they work so hard, they'll do anything. So it's almost it makes me a little bit nervous. You don't want to sanction a match where two guys could literally kill themselves, kill each other.
Let's get some color, daddy.
Yeah, exactly. Whether you want exactly. But it will be a CCW sanctioned, no disqualification match Sunday, and I have been inundated. So many people asking us, like, can this be on Fight TV? Can this be on IWTV? Like, when are we gonna be able to see it? So this time you'll see it on a live wrestling, but there's something that we'll announce later down the road that will maybe cater to those fans who really want to watch it live. They want to see exactly as it happens so that they can put it on their Twitter machine and put it on their Instagram machine, that they saw it and they know about it and whatnot. But I think it makes it even more special for the people in the building, that they're going to be the ones watching it. And I know for a fact that there's people who bought tickets to watch this match that are driving 3.5 hours, 4.5 hours just to watch this match. And that's pretty cool. I think that's really cool. Opens us up to a new fan base as well.
Yeah, I have not seen Matthew Justice live, but I've heard some amazing things about him. So Chris has done nothing but talk about this guy for the past week and a half. So I just kept hearing it and hearing it here. So I'm very very excited to watch this match.
I mean, it's one of those things like Alex Ocean says, Ocean can't die. And Matthew Jones is just the guy who says, like, well, let's find out.
I was about to say, this is the guy that's going to test that. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. He's going to be the one who says,
gusset plates will be in effect, I'm sure. So let's move into we have the Colognes are coming into town, correct? And there's another family member of the Colognes that was just announced.
The Colognes have decided to defend the title's Freebird rule. So they have decided that they would like any of the Colognes, Carlito, Eddie, or Orlando, to be able to defend the championship at any point in time. So it will be Eddie and Carlito defending their championship. Of course, what are we going to say? Of course, yes. I mean, I love the Freebirds. I love that. And I love Carlito. He spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. I mean, look, Carlito is something special. I'm sure everybody's going to be asking whether he's going to be in the Royal Rumble or not. I don't know myself. I'm interested to ask him myself.
Not here for that, man. I'm here for
I'll
this.
tell you something that Raw Legends Night, they tried to get Carlito. They couldn't get him. Guess what? CCW did. So on Sunday, Homecoming, Carlito and Eddie Colon will be defending the CCW Tag Team Championships under Freebird rule. It's going to be unbelievable.
Wow. Carlito inside the CCW facility. It's going to be nice.
Is there anyone better to christen the CCW arena?
No. Dude, 2003 was such an amazing time with Carlito.
Absolutely.
Was it 03? I'm pretty sure it was like right in 03.
Championship when he stabbed
Triple H, him and Triple H were going back and forth. Yes. Man, they were awesome. He was involved with Shawn Michaels and Big
Unbelievable.
Like, he was in number one contender matches. This guy was a staple of wrestling at that time.
If you would have looked at that time, you would have seen in the future that he was a potential WWE heavyweight champion down the line, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Carlito. He goes to, fuck it. He walks to his own drum. He doesn't listen to anybody. He'll do what he wants. So, he was never the WWE champion, but he's had an amazing career, and he's got the way that he's worked out, the way that he looks amazing. He's going to look amazing on Sunday as well.
Okay. So from what I've heard, from what I've read from Uncle Dave, was that Carlito was scheduled for Legends Night, and they wanted him to do some stupid shit.
Where he spits apple in someone's face. I'm sure.
Something stupid. And he was like, look, I'm not here for that. You guys want to bring me back for a match? You guys want to bring me back for the Rumble? I'm all for it. I'm not flying up there to do a 2-minute segment, and then I'm getting out the back door.
No, and then the thing about that is he wants to show how good he looks in the ring.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree with the guy. He deserves that. He is a legend. I mean,
give him a match against Drew McIntyre. Do something nice. But no.
Dude, he'd have a great match with Drew McIntyre.
But he'll have a great match with whoever wins that fatal 4-way on Saturday.
Yeah, right, he is.
Guaranteed. It'll be better. Trust me.
I just based on styles, I would love to see Mr. C and Carlito in the ring together. Just based on styles.
You would have an all Puerto Rican tag team match. You'd have Salazar, Mr. C. You'd have Eddie Colon. You'd have Carlito Colon. There's no question.
With La Brava at ringside.
Brava, she's Colombian, but it doesn't matter.
I'm not, dude. Just those elements all in one area.
I think that's.
Oh my god,
that's the match. That's the match everybody wants to see. I agree. You have two tough guys, Mr. C, and then a monster in Salazar.
I'm still a fan. At the end of the day, I still have to cheer for people, and they're the team I'm cheering for right now. Right. They've been awesome. So what else do we have planned for Sunday?
So Sunday, it's hard to have a bunch of. We're going to have the winner of Sebastian Cage and Will wrestle for the title. It's hard to book a ton of stuff when we don't know on Saturday who the winners are, who's going to be in that match, and whatnot. But expect to see some of the newer guys on both nights. Expect to see the Wrangler Nick Turner. Do some cowboy shit, if you will.
Yeah.
He had a successful event debut against Miami Mike, which was a very good match. Miami Mike's still looking for his first win. Expect guys like Nazir Santana, Maywald. Actually, his first loss was an attack match against Johnny Walker, and Benny Blanco, his first win ever in CCW on January 9th, his first win ever. I think the first time he's ever won a match. So congratulations to Benny Blanco. But good job, Benny Blanco. Johnny Walker and Benny won. So you can expect some of the younger guys to get out there and have some matches Sunday, especially with Saturday just being such a packed, stacked card. But no matter what comes of it, you'll see those that don't win the Fatal 4 on Saturday will be placed in some key matches, whether that's Ariel and Vinicius, Agony, Jackal. If Agony and Jackal are not able to win the tag match, obviously expect Jackal to have to defend the Southeastern title. And then, of course, Agony would be, and the same for anybody, Cha-Cha, Vince, Controversial, any of those guys. So
can we expect a battle royal Sunday?
Yes, expect a battle royal on Sunday. Probably one on Saturday as well. We'll find the stakes whether it's a Southeastern Championship opportunity, whether it's just, $5,000, we'll put something at stake. And
maybe the Wrestling Paradox podcast champion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Wrestling Paradox podcast champion. Sure. We'll figure out some stakes for these battle royals, of course, and it's a good way to showcase some awesome talent.
Dude, such amazing talent at the school. I have to say, man, as being a fan, and obviously we work hand in hand with you guys, but such amazing talent at the school. These kids just bust their ass constantly. You see it on the Instagram page and on the Facebook page of CCW, and it's cool to see these young crop of guys coming up. I believe what's the one? Sebastian Rivera, I believe, is the one. Stefan Rivera. Is that his name? Stefan?
You remembered his name.
Yeah, he's him. He's stepping
up. He's stepping up.
I mean, his first match was against Vinicius. I believe it was, and that was completely unfair, but
well, it's hard, it's hard when anybody wrestles Vinicius.
Yeah, guy's been beating up grown-ass men since he was 12 years old.
12 years old, exactly. It's always brutal. But no, he actually he's done some good stuff. He got his first win as well in CCW. So you have some guys getting their first wins now. But it's hard to break in, when you have guys like Jake St. Patrick, Jackal, Bugs Moran, Ariel Levy now. You have an international superstar there. It's hard to break in. It's hard to earn a singles match or a tag team match when it's hard to get on the main card of Coastal Championship Wrestling because our cards are stacked. So a lot of times it's spending time in the battle royal. But one of the amazing things about the CCW arena is I don't even know if I should announce this or not, but we're going to do some different smaller scale shows on some weeknights, 5-6 matches on some of the newer guys, and at a very affordable price. And we're going to film them, maybe live stream them, and give some guys some opportunities to show themselves, show that their abilities. My dog hates the idea. But I love it. But we're going to talk about that. Maybe some Thursday night slams and live streams and whatnot for guys like Charismatic Chris Sparrow now, Nazir Santana, those guys that they can get out there and they can prove themselves. And also, like, I'm inundated, and this goes out to anybody who wants to be booked by Coastal Championship Wrestling. If you're a wrestler and you want to come and drive, whatever, you're going to drive 3 hours, you're going to come down. Like, we just had the debut of a new tag team called Higher Education. They were freaking awesome. Mason Perks and Angel was tag team partner. They were great, but it's hard to get. It's hard. We just don't have the space. So Thursday nights, we're going to open up some opportunities for some new people to come down. And it's almost like a tryout, almost like, hey, let's see what these guys can do. And I have a feeling we're going to see some great wrestlers just show up out of nowhere, because it's hard for me. Like I said, I'm inundated with hundreds of requests. Like, we have guys who are working AEW Dark that are messaging over and over and over that they want a spot. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, but
that's awesome.
I have Agony. I have Jackal. I have Alex Ocean. I have Jake St. Patrick. I have like the best wrestlers who have great characters, who my fans know. So when I put Agony on a card, when I put Cha-Cha Charlie on a card, people are going to come and watch it. So how do I know that if some guy that worked AEW Dark, who I'm sure is really, really good, how am I going to know that anybody's going to care about it? So maybe we're going to be giving some new opportunities on some Thursday night slams or whatnot. I don't know what the name is yet. But we're going to
one more time, sir.
Maybe some Thursday night slams. I don't know. So some sort of opportunity on Thursday nights that you'll be able to live stream and see. Because we have an arena, we might as well use the arena and very affordable tickets and stuff like that. Also, going forward, we have something crazy. We're calling it the Battle of Boca Raton, and it is a joint venture with the Boca Black Box Theater. It's an amazing theater. It is state of the art, really awesome guys, and it will be. It's a smaller show in terms of tickets, so it will sell out. And it will be a Thursday night shows, 4 shows, and it is a tournament style show. More details to come, and it will be streamed from the Black Box Theater. So if you're not in and around South Florida, you can buy the streams, and you'll have some interesting names, independent names, some old legends and whatnot involved in this tournament, and it'll be every 2 weeks starting on March the 4th, if that's a Thursday. Yeah, so it'll be March the 4th will be the first one, then the 18th, then the 1st of April, and then the 15th of April. And that's called the Battle of Boca Raton. You're going to see some new stuff about that coming out in the next couple of weeks, but that is an exclusive. Nobody knows about it. Just me, just Dan, just the Boca Black Box Theater. That's the only 3 people who know about it. And now you know about it, Paradox podcast fans. But obviously that's, like coming up, there's so much CCW wrestling, but hopefully that, those guys know that they can earn those opportunities. Those guys there now, they can earn those opportunities to be on some of these awesome ventures that CCW is embarking on.
Just CCW, man, 4th year, 130 miles an hour. They are not
It's a 5th
stopping.
Year, man.
They are not stopping.
No.
This has been an amazing show. We had touched base on everything from January 9th, New Year's resolution to homecoming. We have Bash at the Brew coming up in 3 weeks?
3 weeks already. Wow.
3 weeks. Then we have Enter the Machine, February 20th.
Awesome. This week we're going to be announcing Brian Cage's opponent. It's going to be a doozy. That show is going to be awesome. That show literally could sell out. There's so many. The tickets are flying for Enter the Machine. It's insane.
I bought, as soon as Brian Cage was announced, I got the message. I got the message from you, and I went on and I bought my ticket right away for my plane ticket. And I called and I was like, yo, we're going to Tennessee. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. We're going. So yes. We will be there. But no, yes, very excited for that. And then I believe you said you have a show coming up for Extreme Action Park in March.
Yes, it's a huge show. It's going to be, everybody knows the anniversary shows. This is our WrestleMania. You're going to see a lot of angles and feuds end on that day. So it's at the Extreme Action Park, March 20th. Wait.
Is it March 20th?
It is, I think. Wait. Yeah.
It's pretty far. I get it. March. Okay.
March 20th. Wait, March 20th is a Saturday. Yes, March 20th at Extreme Action Park. Tickets are going to go on sale Monday. Okay. We are going to have huge names there. All the feuds are going to culminate. You're going to see some awesome stuff, and there's already too many crazy matches. So that you're going to have 3 matches already that are worth the price of admission to begin with. But on top of that, you're going to have some big names, and you're going to have the first induction into the CCW Hall of Fame on March 20th. Someone from the past, someone who was an anchor for CCW for so many years, in a good way. He kept CCW based on the ground. So you'll see that in his induction on the 20th. Most people will probably know who our first induction is going to be. But
I have a wild guess.
But don't spoil it for anybody.
No. I would never.
We'll announce it. We'll announce it soon. First ever CCW Hall of Fame. But tickets will go on sale Monday. Definitely buy those tickets quick. Even without any matches, quote unquote, announced. We have some interesting stuff, and I'll announce it right now. We have Brutus the Barber Beefcake will be there for something special.
Oh, that's cool.
It'll be fun. I mean, it'll be a part of an interesting angle that we're thinking about. So
it's one of Chris's favorite wrestlers.
Oh, good. So
he'll be so excited.
At least 2
tickets. Him and Pitbull, Gary Wolf. Chris loved them both.
All right, so we'll see who else will be there on anniversary 17th. You're gonna see some huge matches and some huge there'll be a cage match, there'll be a ladder match, there'll be some stipulation matches. It's our WrestleMania, so we're gonna go all out this year.
That's awesome, man. Ladies and
it's
gentlemen.
a week before WrestleMania, so you can watch the real WrestleMania with an actual crowd, and then the fake WrestleMania.
Yeah, and then that one up the street with the TVs. Yeah, they're weird, man. They're weird. Dude, I was so upset. We had Lower Bowl for last year in Tampa, and I had tickets to go see Low Key fight in a death match in a bar.
Wow.
And everything just can't.
Everything canceled.
I wanted to cry so bad. I've never seen Low Key live, so I'm just like, give me that death match in a bar, and never got it.
We had a joint show that was a free show that was about a block and a half walk up away from the stadium itself. So we knew that we'd have 5,000 fans walking into WrestleMania while they could watch who CCW was, learn about us. And obviously all that got canceled. Ariel was planning to go negotiate with the WWE, but the pandemic canceled his contract basically. So a lot of guys man, it changed a lot of trajectory of CCW history, but it also created a live wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, some great things that I've said to myself, me personally, as a human being, I had some great things happen to me during the pandemic.
Yeah, I know, man.
And
I had my daughter. I had my daughter right before the pandemic. Had I not had the pandemic not happened, I wouldn't have been able to see her nearly as much. I mean, my daughter and me are we're locked in because I'm actually here. I'm actually around. I'm not on the road, And of course, the pandemic is one of the most horrible things that ever happened.
It's horrible. I feel bad for so many people.
Sense, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like in a personal sense, some good things happen. And for
CCW, that's exactly what I was getting at. For CCW, it felt like it was just a shot of adrenaline right to the heart for CCW.
Because the wrestling press, the wrestling media, there was no wrestling happening. And they're like, wait, this company's drawing a lot of people. Doing stuff. So,
dude, Summer Glory 13 was a staple in the pandemic wrestling world.
Yeah,
like it was talked about.
It's crazy.
Chris Jericho's like, yo, those guys are nuts down there. They're running shows. We're not even running shows.
Exactly. It's I mean, say what it will, but it brought a lot of eyeballs, and I appreciate those eyeballs,
Yeah, it did. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Nelio Costa, for coming in tonight.
Thank you, man.
We gotta give a special shout out to our sponsorship, Marcus over at M&J Ecological, 305-697-2258. And thank you to Marcus, because we're gonna be having some special things coming up for CCW and the
Thanks,
Paradox.
Marcus.
Yes.
Thanks, Marcus. Yes.
So that's soon. That'll be hopefully debuting at Enter the Machine. That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Nelio, for joining me in tonight. I know this was late.
And then you'll be able to see Joe on a live wrestling really soon as well. So we'll get you in there, and you're going to see a lot of cool stuff. So thank you so much to Paradox Pod for shining a light on CCW, shining a light on our wrestlers, and just taking care of us always, brother. I really appreciate it,
man. And vice versa, without you guys, we would not exist. I walked in as a fan to CCW at Summer Glory 13 last year, and to think that this is where I'd be sitting right now in January of 2021, never saw it coming.
Love it.
So thank you so much for that. We got an exciting future planned together, man, and I can't wait to see everything that comes from it. Ladies and gentlemen, Homecoming this Saturday, January 16th at 8 p.m., followed by Homecoming Day number 2, January 17th, 2 p.m. Tickets are still available. Make sure you guys visit CCW Wrestling, or was it CC Wrestling?
CCWrestlingFL.com.
There you go. Go to the website, get your tickets. Tickets are still available for both shows. Don't forget Bash at the Brew in 3 weeks, followed by Enter the Machine. I think that's it, man. What a show.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, man. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. CCW. Good night.